Hi guys, Lewis here from Indie As you can see, the big picture of me, and it's not often you see the big picture of me, but anyway, it's just only a really short video that I wanted to put up because it's a bit of a big update, shall I say, in terms of the state of Indie, what we're planning to do with Indie, where Indie is going, what's happening with Indie, basically. So yeah, there'll be a Twitter post out with this as well and all that, but. The first thing I want to say is we're not actually disappearing because, that's what I guess some people might think is. We're not completely disappearing. However, long story short, we are having a pretty major scale back on our content. It's not something I want to do. It's something I kind of have to do, really, I'm afraid. So I'm in a really fortunate position right now where the job I'm in gives me free time. That we don't get nearly as much content on Incredible as we used to because of other commitments, but we still have like a weekly video podcast go up. We still get Let's Play videos up when we can. We still get reviews up when we can as well. But unfortunately, those are going to have to stop. Simple as that. The only thing we're keeping is the podcast, and it isn't going to be a video podcast, I'm afraid. I want to be completely transparent and honest with everybody because over the last 3 years, I've had such a wonderful time creating content and interacting with you guys, whether it be at events, whether it be in the comment section on YouTube or Twitter or wherever. But I've had such a nice time interacting with you guys. Not just myself, Tom and Dan as well. So the main reason being, like I said, the job I'm in at the moment, the hours have always been very nice, that I've had this spare time to do just extra stuff. Unfortunately, I work at a school, and unfortunately that school is closing in 2 months' time. That is it. It's going to be gone, meaning I don't have a job. So although I'm being paid for now, my wage completely disappears in 3 months' time. So I have to find another job. Now I have to be willing to go straight into a full-time job, which is kind of what I want to do anyway. So I have other projects here and there that I'm working on, but they're probably not going to be like full-time living wage standards. But anyway. So yeah, I basically I won't have the time. On top of that, my wife and I are expecting our first baby, so it was always going to be a struggle carrying on Indie with the baby coming on. As Indie is very much a hobby. It's not something I do for a living. I very much do it out of love of indie games and out of a hobby. So any hours I put into it is my own free time that I put into it because I want to. And although I still want to, anyone who's had a kid can probably warn me. I don't know yet because I've not had a kid yet. But my time is going to be severely diminished, shall we say. So I was going to fight for it and be like, hey, I'll still get content out. But then with the news I got late last week about my job, that kind of, the double header has made me come to this decision that video content on Incredible is going to completely come to a complete halt for the foreseeable future. I don't want to say forever, but for the foreseeable future. The only thing we are going to be posting is our weekly podcast, and it'll be available audio form. It won't be available on YouTube, I'm afraid. We tried it on YouTube when it used to be in audio form, and no one really listened to it. So it's going to be on all podcast services. If you guys watch the video now and you like it, then go check it out. It's on literally every podcast service, and we are going to stick with that. It also means that the boys that come over, Dan and Tom, that come over to record the podcast, it means that we making a video podcast. I don't think people realise how many hours that takes. In terms of, it's probably 2.5 hours recording, because we record a Patreon section as well. I probably have around an hour and a half editing. I obviously drive the guys home as well, so that's an additional hour on my evening. It's then a case of waiting for render and uploading and creating thumbnails. And I'm not trying to look for sympathy. I'm just trying to say that some people think, it's just recording and it goes up. Unfortunately, that isn't the case. We're talking, it's like a 10-hour commitment every week. I don't have that 10 hours anymore. So we're going to stick with audio because I can commit to an audio commitment, because editing audio, anyone will tell you, is a lot easier or a lot quicker. Not so much easier, quicker than editing video. But yeah, that's kind of the update, guys. Some of you I know have watched us from day one. And that means a lot. It really does, because I love making indie game content. It's just something has to give. Something has to give in my work, in my work pleasure hobby lifestyle. I stream. I create CCG content. I create indie game content for Indie, and something has to go. And if anyone who knows me personally, I haven't streamed for the last 3 weeks. I haven't created any video content on CCGs for the last 3 weeks because I've not had time. Now Indie is gonna be going because it's a bit more of a commitment to those. Those are like personal hobbies that I can go. If I've got a spare hour, I can get a video out done in an hour. Whereas Indie is a bit more. People are sending us keys and sending us content that we have a deadline to get to. Whereas my personal stuff hasn't got that. So it's very much a case of, for my mindset, for my mental state, it was, I get very stressed out when I can't produce content I want to produce in the time frame or deadline I feel like I'm setting myself. And that's kind of where the Indie Credibles, like pulling back on it, has come from, really. So yeah, I just want to, so I'm not, it's not an apology because I don't, this sounds really dickish, and I don't mean it to. I don't feel like I have to give an apology, but I more feel like I just want to say thank you, because we've had people, like I said, watch us from day one, comment on all our videos, and it really has meant a lot. Just watching us grow from 1 sub to 10 subs to 100 subs to 1,000 to 2,000 subs, and for us, for me, that meant a lot. Like, people can say 2,000 sub channel, what's that? But yeah, like when you start from literally not knowing how to edit video, not knowing how to edit audio, not knowing how to review a game, not knowing any of that, and you build up with it and you learn it over 3 years, it feels like I've kind of made some big steps, personally as well as professionally and incredible. So that from that point, I'm saying a big thank you to all you guys. But that's it. That is it. I hope to see you guys again in the future, or my face to see you guys again in the future, or you see my face in the future. But you can definitely catch my voice. Like I said, the Incredible podcast is carrying on, but that is it. We're not going to take down the YouTube video. We're not going to take down the YouTube channel. It's going to stay up. The website is going to come down, I'm afraid, guys, because we just don't post on it anymore. It's an expense we're putting out every month, and we're not paying. We're not using it every month. We don't have time to use it every month. So that is going to come down. We're going to keep the name Indecredible. So maybe in the future, if there's ever a time, we can boot it back up, maybe. But I wouldn't bank on that. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I just want to say a big thank you to you guys again for your support. And yeah, until next time, as we like to say, have a great day, morning, evening, whatever it is where you guys are. Make sure you check out the Indecredible podcast, which will go live every Monday, audio form only. Other than that, guys, I'm afraid you won't be seeing much from Indecredible video content for a while, if ever again. And I'm very sorry about that, guys. Till next time, goodbye.